What is going on, Haunt Nation? I'm Ant, and look what we got.
Hey.
Look what we got. All right. This is going to be a review of... Where the fuck did we go? Oh, yeah, that's right. Shocktoberfest. Shocktoberfest for the 2023 season. So it's been, what, about a decade, right?
Almost, yeah.
About a decade since we've been there last.
Right.
Just an overview. It's in Sinking Spring, Pennsylvania, close to Reading area, not too far away from Jason's Woods and Field of Screams. A little closer if you're coming from east heading west, a little farther west heading east. That's how that works, right? Geography.
Yes.
So yeah, they have a hayride. They have two, what we would consider two houses.
Right.
Also, seemingly newer is their zombie apocalypse paintball thing.
Which ends up not being paintball.
Oh, we'll get to that.
Okay.
Well, oh no, zombie apocalypse laser tag or whatever. Yeah, now I'm off track. Free parking on scene. You can buy your tickets online, but you still have to go to the ticket booth, which I found out yesterday. Right. They are not fully moved over to digital ticketing like some of the other places are.
Right. And I'm gonna choke this motherfucker if he's riding his dirt bike again, back and forth and back and fucking forth.
That sounded like a shitty little tractor or something.
I digress. Anyhow.
Yeah. Anyway,
I do not have anger issues.
So last time we were there, they had a hayride, and hayride the prison, which is their big house, and they had what was it called, the Unknown, or
the first house, basically.
Yeah, it's called the Unknown. I like trying to get the names right, and I didn't do my fucking due diligence before we decided to fire up this video. So anyway, I think it's called the Unknown.
Right.
So
now back then, they did have some kind of zombie paintball.
Yes, they did have some kind of zombie paintball. It looked like they just put everybody on a bus with some paintball guns, and zombies were
drove
walking
to an area.
Right, drove to an area. People were walking towards them, the zombies, and they just lit them up.
Right, out the window. Out the window. Yeah.
So,
but that's neither here nor there. We're talking about last night now.
Right. So anyhow,
I was interested because it's been so long. That was why I wanted to prioritize that over Headless Horseman, because it really has been a long fucking time.
Right. I wanted to prioritize Headless Horseman, but money constraints, things of that nature. Also, Headless Horseman, my actual plan was to go Shocktoberfest tonight, Headless Horseman tomorrow night, tomorrow night being tonight. Yeah. They're not open yet. I thought they were. I thought they were open Saturday, Sunday, and even though it's the first day of October, they are not open. They don't open until next week, so we're going to have to push Headless Horseman off probably another couple weeks, which is unfortunate because I do want to go through it. I do want to see the hayride, but now I digress. So, gripes that we had with the current place with Shocktoberfest last time was the Unknown, the house.
We'll just say the first house, just in case we're fucking up the name of the. Right.
The first house, the Unknown, was a 3D themed thing. One year they had red and green lenses and red and blue lenses, and basically when you went in, you were blind in one eye. You really, literally couldn't see out of the blue lens.
Right.
Unless you were in the room with the 3D screen.
Then you saw for that.
Then you could see that
3D,
movie clip. They had big, giant, like 120-inch, like giant TV screens in a couple of the rooms.
And it was very, very predictable. It was the same thing the entire time. You would go to an area, you would see a screen, lights would go off, the screen would go on, something would happen, move into the next room.
Right, in 3D.
Right.
And then move into the next room.
Blind.
So there were props and things around, but it was just a very underwhelming experience, and I thought it was just like a miss, like a big miss. Like they would have been better off spending all the money that it must have cost to do that elsewhere. We never bothered to do the zombie paintball because I don't need to shoot people with paintballs. Didn't sound interesting.
Right.
The prison's always great. We always enjoyed the prison. And again, their hayride was hit or miss. It was basically the kind of hayride where you'd go, like similar to Field of Screams, you'd go into an area, doors would close, things would happen, open, go to the next area. There were some open air areas. So now,
fast forward till this season.
Today, they're themed like Zombie World, so kind of like Jurassic Park. Right. Zombie World, Jurassic Park kind of theme. And then the hayride is also themed about that. Like you're taking a tour through the facility where they create zombies or do
keep
testing
them alive and
on zombies. And there's an undercurrent theme of you're supposed to capture a zombie. You know, kind of like the one guy that was stealing the DNA from the embryos from the dinosaur park. I guess you're supposed to get a zombie. So, there was a lot of different open air stuff, enclosed stuff. They had some of the old sets repurposed. Mm-hmm. What I liked about the hayride was it was one consistent theme. It was just that one theme. They stuck to the theme. Zombies, the zombie park. Plenty of people, zombies jumping on the cart and out at you in the areas in between. So there was no real dead space like at some places. Right? There was really no dead space. It wasn't like just go to the next area and see a thing. You know, zombies would come out and they'd chase the cart or whatever throughout the whole thing. Other than that, I thought it was a little, it was great that it stuck to the theme, but it was a little one note.
Right. And my gripe about it was very family friendly. That's the only way I can put it. Very family friendly. Whereas we really like the
more intense,
but
I mean, look, even looking at Reaper's Revenge, which is one of the more horror themed ones, they do have family friendly parts of that,
but not enough to ruin your entire experience on the ride.
Yeah, well, look, the actors, I thought they were appropriately, like he thought the costuming wasn't that great, but I thought it was appropriate for the theme. They're running around in like tattered lab coats or ripped clothing.
Right.
They're appropriately make up to look like zombies. There was one section.
Maybe okay. Let's say Dawn of the Dead type of zombies, like nothing spectacular there with any kind of no real prosthetics, but appropriate face paint. It's dark. You're in the woods. I'm not expecting it. There was one really cool like tree person costume. One costume, that was really cool.
That was a really cool costume. I was like, wow, that's really nice. Some of the animatronics in the hayride and some of the sections didn't appear to be working as well as they used to. And like I said, some of the old stuff is still there,
but
repurposed.
Yeah,
and it's repurposed to kind of fit the zombie theme.
Right.
All in all, I enjoyed it. He didn't enjoy it as much.
Well, I didn't want it to be a catalyst for, I didn't want that to be the benchmark of everything else. Like, was this really turning into a family-friendly Halloween attraction? That was my concern from when we got off the hayride. And I said, I'm not shitting on it because it did have pluses, but that's my concern. Is the rest of this going to be, family-friendly, for lack of a better term?
So, when you walk in, they have the two things. So we've gone through the one attraction. When you go through, they have the two things. There's a ticket booth where you can buy your tickets. There's RIP upgrades. If you look at their website, there's just so many different options. I'm not even going to bother to try to go through them.
Right.
Separate. You can buy each attraction separately. You can buy RIP for each attraction separately. Yeah, we're really clocking in there.
Yeah, we are.
They have a zombie experience where they actually will paint you up like a zombie and put you in zombie-like clothing and send you out to the prison to scare people, which they charge a decent amount of money for, but that's kind of cool.
It's a cool option.
They're like the only place that I really can think of off the top of my head that does that.
Right.
So that's kind of cool. There's a ton of food there now, like a lot of different food trucks. They got a mac and cheese truck, they got a kielbasa truck. I had the kielbasa, fucking homemade kielbasa, fantastic. Tried their mac and cheese. I love mac and cheese and I make it, and I actually made the woman in the truck, we had a discussion about how she makes mac and cheese, and I actually approve of her method. It's not box craft mac and cheese bullshit. and the mac and cheese was good. They had drinks, regular soda
Plenty of
fare,
booze.
and a lot of booze fare. They had like spiked coffees and stuff of that nature.
Right.
So to cover that, a lot of different food, taco truck, like
a lot of artery cloggers too,
Yeah.
like regular fare food.
Yeah,
You know.
like chicken fingers and fried Oreos and all that kind
yeah.
of stuff. So all that kind of stuff. They had the Monster Midway area, which is cool. It was set up like a defunct carnival area,
Yeah.
full of smoke, and several. Probably
And
my
you know what
favorite.
favorite actors.
Probably my favorites too. Yeah.
Because they were all women, and the women kicked ass. The women actually kicked the guy's ass last night in acting. They were more into it. They were great.
Yeah, and the female clowns, all like 4 of them,
Yep.
all really into it. Especially this,
And all night. All night.
especially the one with the chainsaw.
Oh yeah.
She would definitely, one of our favorite female clowns, Mickey.
Yeah.
She would give her.
approve, yeah.
She would give her a run for her fucking money
Yeah.
because the girl was into it. She was that good.
And they were into it the entire time. We were there for hours, and
Yeah.
we kept on going back and forth because this motherfucker had to eat everything on the planet. They had to sample every goddamn fucking thing on the planet. So we're going back and forth through their midway.
It's not my fault that like food's here, attractions there, food, drinks here, attractions there. I'm like it's not circular, it's linear.
Right.
So unlike Field of Screams, which is like a more circular thing where
Like
you
a-
can get everything kind of in a circle, you had to keep walking back and forth through the Monster Midway, which is fine. I mean, it was kind of cool area. We both wish that they did something. They have like a freak show
Yeah.
set up, a freak show facade set up,
It would be great if you actually go in.
right? Or if they turned that into a new haunt.
Right.
Build a new building, put a new haunt there. But before we get on to the new shit, let's start with the zombie paintball. The zombie laser tag. On the ad, it looks like you are going through something, shooting at zombies, and at the end of the day, it's just a laser tag game. They put in
Whoever's in line,
Right.
want to use a red team, want to use a blue team. It has
And then
nothing fucking to do with zombies.
So they do
nothing,
have 2 guys dressed up as zombies, which while you're fighting, the other team will pop up on you and like try to scare you. But you're not fighting zombies. You're not walking through a house. Like we actually done that in Brighton Asylum one year. The first part of their haunt.
Yeah.
You went through with the with the rifle, and there were zombies and monsters, and you had to kill them with your rifle.
Yeah.
And
was done brilliantly.
We did another one in Bane where they used
yeah.
like kind of like the back end of the behind the haunt,
Right.
and set up a laser tag thing
Right.
that. So we were hoping for and expecting something like that. Tickets were $50 for basically all inclusive, not including the zombie experience. But we were hoping for something like that. It was only a $5 difference between the 3 main attractions, not with that and with that. So
right.
we were like, all right, we'll check it out. Underwhelming. 10-minute, basically a 10-minute laser tag game between all the people in line.
Right.
So
False
know
advertising.
before you go. Yeah, it's not what it appears to be on their website. The Unknown, your favorite of the night, right?
Right. And you
Most
know what,
definitely
you know what
most
else? You know
improved.
what else is unknown if that's what they really fucking call a house. So I don't want to. I don't want to put that in your head. I'm just going to say the first attraction, the first house when you walk in, was the one that I was concerned about because that was the most underwhelming thing years ago when I went.
Definitely the most disappointing. The first time I went, it was like a clown themed, like typical regular haunt with the 3D paint on everything
Right.
and the clear 3D glasses.
Right.
And it was great. It was really cool. And then they turned it into that 3D TV screen thing.
Shit, yeah.
And it just
Really
it
digressed.
just went
Right.
It was my least favorite thing to do.
Now, so I know we're running low on time. So it was actually one of my favorite things of the night. It was incredible how they redid everything.
They redid
took all
it.
that horse shit out that they didn't need.
Redid it, repurposed
Redid it.
Yep.
And it actually it gave the prison a run for its money.
No more 3D, no more TV screens.
Yep.
They actually turned it into a real
regular
haunted house.
Yeah.
Actors in it. Actors were, mostly costumed appropriately. Some of them just kind of had jeans and a t-shirt kind of thing going on. So not the greatest on the costuming. Other than that one costume that we saw, no real prosthetics.
Right.
Anywhere. Saw some rubber masks here and there. But yeah, that haunt definitely, that house definitely the most improved thing.
Yeah, 100%.
that we saw during the night, and it was a real pleasant surprise. Made me very happy.
Yep.
I see room for improvement. There are a lot of dead space areas.
100%.
There's a lot of dark areas, so if you don't
But
like
remember,
the dark, you're not
my
gonna see
bar
shit.
was set down here with that house.
Mm-hmm.
So they
So was
definitely...
mine. I was expecting the same thing. So,
right. So they definitely improved that.
right.
So the prison, I'm trying to get there so we don't run out of time and get fucked. So the prison, we were kind of upset because we wanted to end the night on a high note.
Right.
So,
wanted to end with the prison.
Right. So we wanted to go get the stupid laser tag horseshit over with and then go to the prison. We tried to do that. They said, well, they're going to close the prison, so come back.
Yeah. So
and I'm like, really, dude? Come on.
So buyer beware.
Yeah.
They don't tell you that
That
you
they
should do them in
shutting
order
down,
or that
yeah.
they shut them down in order. But it seems like, they think you should do the hayride first, maybe the prison second, the unknown third, and then the laser tag last
yeah.
or something. Like, they have an order in their head that does not make sense with the layout, and nobody tells you about it. So, yeah, we wanted to end on what we knew was going to be a high note. The prison's a really long haunt.
Yeah.
It's the biggest haunt they have. It's the most intricate they have. It's multi-levels. It's tunnels and all sorts of really cool stuff.
Yep.
Indoor areas, outdoor areas.
Right.
But we couldn't. We had to end on the laser tag, which wasn't horrible. We still had a fun time, but
Right.
we were hoping for more.
Right.
But the prison, yeah, really, really big haunt.
Yep.
Indoor areas, outdoor areas. My biggest gripe with the prison, there were false doors. Like, there were areas where you have to push on a wall to get through a door into another area. It really does look like a prison, It really does look like a prison.
I really wish that the inside did more of the prison theme as opposed to, like, there's a few, again, we don't like giving stuff away.
Right.
But I just didn't like how all of a sudden it's like, I don't feel like I'm in a prison anymore. Like there was a, there was a couple things like that where I was like, I mean, dude, not for nothing, but okay, I'm not gonna say things because it'll give shit away. But yeah, that's the only gripe was I wish they followed it more closely and didn't take me out of the prison into, okay, now it's just kind of like a regular haunt. Oh wait, now we're back in the prison. That was my.
Right.
That was my thing.
I thought they stuck to the prison theme because it's supposed to be like an escape from the prison. So you're in the prison and then you're kind of escaping from the prison, going through walls and tunnels and things of that nature. You're in an outdoor area, indoor area.
Right. 18 minutes, brother.
Yeah, I saw.
Yeah.
So I really enjoyed it. He enjoyed it less. My biggest gripe with the prison was there were, big speakers where some of the ambient sounds and things are coming from,
and they're not hidden.
At all. Yeah. Just throw a fucking cloth, a black cloth over it.
Right.
Dude, I mean, simple fix to keep the immersion.
Right.
Because when I'm there and I hear the sound coming from up there and I look and I
you
see a giant fucking JBL speaker, right? Like, it's kind of like, okay, all right, immersion destroyed.
All right, so let's go back. Let's get down to pluses, minuses. Yeah, pluses, minuses. I'm gonna say the free parking is great.
Yep.
The food is great.
Yep.
The layout is great.
Yep.
Could improve a little bit, layout wise in terms of if you really do want them to go in a certain order.
Would love to see them build more haunts.
Yeah.
More attractions. Get rid of the laser tag. If you're gonna keep it, make it an attraction where you go through a maze and shoot zombies or monsters or whatever. Otherwise, just get rid of it. Actors were appropriately into it.
Yep.
Costuming could be better.
Yeah.
Costuming and makeup could be better. It is mostly family friendly though. You know? Not like it's not scary, but like I could see bringing kids there.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I enjoyed it.
So scale
most improved.
Yeah, scale of 1 to 10 though, I'd give it a solid 7.
You and me both. I was bordering 7.5, but I found enough negatives that it if we really fractaled it and did like 7.2, but we don't.
Right.
So I'm sticking with a solid 7. I think he's sticking with a solid 7.
This ain't a Barstool Pizza review.
Yeah, it could be. But anyway, 7 from me for Shocktoberfest 2023.
Yep.
7 from you.
Yep.
And that's going to be it until the next one. I'm going to Circle Jerk of Screams tonight, so I can't wait.
That's going to be fun.
That'll be another review real soon.
All right.
Anyway,
see ya.
See ya.